All right, stargazers, welcome back. Today, we're going on a hunt for a monster. We're about to explore the biggest constellation in our entire night sky, Hydra, the great water serpent. So, just to give you an idea of how massive this thing is, it takes more than 7 hours for it to fully rise above the horizon. Can you believe that? Its head can be way up in the sky while its tail is still coming up from below. It's just immense. So what exactly is hiding in this cosmic beast? Because let me tell you, this is way more than just a random spray of stars. Think of it like a celestial museum, packed with ancient myths, dying giant stars, and, get this, brand new worlds being born right now. Okay, so here's the game plan for our safari. First, we'll get the lay of the land. Then I'll show you how to actually navigate this thing from head to tail. After that, we'll dive into its hidden treasures, unpack the ancient myths, and finally, see how this old serpent is actually at the forefront of modern science. All right, let's talk scale. Hydra sprawls across the jaw-dropping 1,303 square degrees of the sky. It's so long, it literally slithers past 13 other constellations. But here's the catch. For all its size, it's kind of shy. It doesn't have a lot of bright stars, which means its best secrets? Well, those are for people like us, who know exactly where to look. So how in the world do you find your way around something this big? Well, let's start our tour at the one part that's pretty easy to spot. Our first stop is right here. This little pattern of 5 stars. It's an asterism, and it forms the serpent's head. If you know where to find the constellation Cancer, just look a little south of it, and boom, you've got it. It's the perfect place to start. And hey, just a quick clarification. What's an asterism? It's just a famous star pattern that isn't one of the 88 official constellations. The best example is the Big Dipper. That's an asterism inside the bigger constellation, Ursa Major. Simple as that. You know what's so cool about this little shape? It's how many different people saw something special in it. Ancient Arabs looked up and poetically called it the pearl necklace. At the same time, Chinese astronomers saw the head of their majestic vermilion bard. Same stars, different stories. Okay, so from the head, let's travel down the serpent's long body until we hit its brightest star, Alphard. The name is perfect. It comes from the Arabic Alphard, which means the solitary one, and it really is. It just hangs out there, all by itself, in a really dark, empty patch of sky, so you absolutely can't miss it. And Alphard is no tiny speck of light. This thing is an orange giant, a star that's in its final stages, burning through the last of its fuel. And get this, it's 40 times bigger than our sun, and a whopping 400 times brighter. Just wow. All right, we've navigated the body. Now let's go deeper. One of the best things about Hydra is where it is. It's located far away from the bright, dusty, crowded plane of our own Milky Way. And what that does is give us this crystal clear window to look out into the super deep universe. And when we peer through that window, we find some absolute gems from the famous Messier catalog. On one hand, you've got M48. It's a young, sparkly, open cluster of stars pretty close by at 1,500 light years. Through binoculars, it just looks like scattered diamond dust. And then, on the other hand, you have M68. This is a totally different beast, an ancient, super tightly packed ball of stars, a globular cluster, way, way out there at 30,000 light years. But the real superstar of Hydra? It has to be M83, the southern Pinwheel galaxy. Seriously, just look at it. It's this gorgeous spiral galaxy, a lot like our own Milky Way, sitting out there about 15 million light years away. And it's just breathtaking. And this galaxy isn't just pretty, it's incredibly active. You see this number, 6? That's how many supernovae, exploding stars, we've seen in M83 in just the last 100 years. That's a huge number. This place is a real star-forming factory. Okay, next up, we've got a bit of a cosmic ghost story. If you point a telescope at this spot, you'll see this faint, eerie blue-green circle. Looks about the size of Jupiter through the eyepiece. But nope, it's not a planet. This is what's called a planetary nebula. It's basically the last dying breath of a star like our sun, as it puffs its outer layers out into space. Hauntingly beautiful, right? So, long before we had telescopes that could see galaxies and nebulae, people looked up at these same stars and saw stories, epic stories. So let's shift gears and dive into the two great myths that were written into the stars of Hydra. So you've got two big ones. First, there's the one most of us have probably heard, Hercules fighting the Lernaean Hydra, that crazy monster whose heads kept growing back. That story even ties in the nearby constellation Cancer, the crab that was sent to distract Hercules. But then there's this other, older story. And this one explains why the constellations Corvus the Crow and Crater the Cup are sitting right there on Hydra's back. It's a tale about a lying crow, an angry god, and a punishment that was immortalized in the heavens. Okay, so myths are fantastic, but Hydra is so much more than just a history lesson. Let's fast forward to today, to the 21st century, because this ancient constellation is actually on the front lines of some of the most exciting science happening right now. I want you to meet the TW Hydrae Association. This is a stellar nursery. It's a place where brand new stars and planets are literally being born as we speak. And the best part? It's the closest one of these nurseries to us, just 176 light years away. That's basically in our cosmic backyard. It gives us a front row seat to watch creation in action. So at the heart of it all is a star called TW Hydrae. And this thing is a baby, astronomically speaking, only about 8 to 10 million years old, and it's surrounded by this huge disk of gas and dust. Now, why is that so important? Because that disk is the raw material for making planets. So when we look at TW Hydrae, we're basically looking at a photograph of our own solar system when it was just a toddler, over 4 billion years ago. And this is where Hydra really cements its place in modern science. Back in 2004, something incredible happened right here. For the first time ever, astronomers managed to take a direct picture of an exoplanet. I mean, a real photo of a planet orbiting another star called 2M1207b. That was a game-changing moment for astronomy. So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear that Hydra is way more than just a faint snake-like pattern in the sky, right? It's like this amazing bridge through time. It connects the ancient myths of gods and monsters to the absolute cutting edge of science, where we're literally taking pictures of new solar systems being born. And that really leaves us with one final big question. We've already found new solar systems here, we've photographed other worlds, this one constellation has given us so much, so what else is out there? What other secrets, what other new worlds are still hiding in the deep, dark scales of the Great Serpent, just waiting for us to look a little closer?